Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Right, we're doing something a bit different. We've been asked by Newcastle College to, basically Apprentices have sent us some questions that we're going to answer. I'm Mike, I'm one of the directors of Green Hawk Construction, and this is Steve, another director. We've also got Lewis, which is our senior apprentice, I suppose we'd call you. Lewis is actually standing behind the camera. He's going to read the questions out for us, and if there's some of the questions that we think we're going to get Lewis involved in, I'll get him to stick his head round. So, like I say, hope you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Cheers. Right, so we're going to get Lou to ask our first question. Away you go, Lou.
Do most employers offer national minimum wage for apprentices, or do some pay more?
Well, we start off, don't we, with just over national minimum wage, but it's I don't think we put it up before 6 months, do we, really?
No, because you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? And I think this is the thing, is that people have got a bit of a misconception that apprentices should be, you know, that they're cheap labour and all the rest of it, but you have got to have a starting place. I mean, if you come in straight away and go, right, we're going to pay you so much money, when you've got to show commitment as well with those. So yeah, so that's one of those.
Yeah, and then we tend to just do it based on nothing really to do with college, but just on your performances at work, don't we? And if we think you're earning the company more money, then we'll put your money up.
Definitely. I mean, I think for us, I think the money goes up fairly quickly because they learn a lot faster with us, don't they, to be fair.
And at the end of the day, it makes no business sense to be paying people more money than they're earning the company.
Yeah.
You're on the wrong road there, aren't you, to
Definitely.
success?
Good question. Next one.
How long do you keep apprentices on for?
Well, the way you're going.
Life, mate. You're a lifer.
Lifer. Well, to be fair, the way we go about things, it's very family orientated here, although Lewis is probably going to deny this, that we are... Oh, hang on, we're doing the interview here. Got another director.
You want in?
Come on, jump in. Fall off a pew. So, what we... Yeah, too busy for
Got
this.
work to do.
Yeah, come on, you. So what we try and do is keep people here. Hopefully they can have a job for life. That's what we want, really. We don't want somebody here just to... As soon as they do their apprenticeship, off you go. We're not interested in that. We want people to be here long term. That's the key for us. I think that's...
And stability, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we don't want people coming in and leaving and going. And
yeah, it'd be a nightmare.
You get that occasionally, but generally you want that same...
It's fitting the mould, isn't it? I think that's the thing, it's fitting the mould. Okay, Lou?
Would you need extra training to become an apprentice, or do you need additional stuff such as working at heights?
With our apprentices, they've just always come in
straight from school, pretty much.
As raw as they come, really.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's no disadvantage to have some of those extra training, but it's not a given for us at all. Really.
No, I think for me personally, from my side, because I mainly cover, my main role is the electrical side, but it's better to have no knowledge. In fairness, you know, I think a little knowledge is dangerous at times. For me, and I've got my own particular way of doing things, as Steve and Sean, who's gate crashed the party here.
And sometimes the best thing is just a bit of common sense, isn't it?
Common sense, 100%. Yeah, definitely on that.
To start.
Next one.
Is customer service important?
So customer service important.
Vital.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. That's something that, in fairness, we've got 3 apprentices working for us, and I had a client. I was working at there. We built them a new house, pretty much, and they approached me on the Saturday. I was doing a bit of Saturday work there, and they actually came out and said how polite they were and courteous they were. They hold doors open for people, and it's really important. If you're upset, I'm going to be honest, from a boss's point of view, if you start upsetting the customers, you're not going to last. You'll be... It's the one way to get moved on.
It's always about being polite, no swearing.
Yeah, no swearing.
That sort of thing. I mean, between us all, obviously we have a bit of a laugh and all those sorts of things, but it's just making sure that the boundaries are there when the client's about. And
Yeah, because you don't know if they've got children in the house or anything.
Exactly.
You know, you don't know these things. You know, they might be. They don't want to be hearing effing
And it's
jeffing
also
and stuff.
looking after the client as well.
Yeah.
If they're walking around and you've got materials and tools everywhere, it's about keeping it tidy so they're not.
And warning them, isn't it? You know, if there's
potentially-
potential dangers, just warn them. Just say, look, you know, just be careful. There's this happen, and let them know. And if you need to move something, move it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like you say, because at the end of the day, they're paying your wages, really.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Exactly.
Okay, next one.
What do you look for in a covering letter or CV?
Oh, I'll let Stevie have this one.
This is my thing
Steve's
that bugs
area.
me. From a start, your CV, get it checked. Write it out, but get it checked for spellings, out punctuation. If any CVs come to me, they got spelling mistakes. Some of them, they don't even have sentences that make sense. Anything like that, they're in the bin straight away.
Yeah,
I just,
100%.
if you can't be bothered to get that checked by your mum, your dad, whoever, you know, the college tutor.
Yeah, there's people that will help.
You know, to me,
There's no excuse, is there?
you've not got enough interest in wanting the job, to be honest.
The problem is, I think a lot of younger generation, I know this is quite a statement, but they're almost like they think they're owed something, and that is so not the case. I mean, they can't blame any old excuses. I mean I've got dyslexia, and there's stuff that I still, you know, obviously I'm writing letters and stuff like that. I ask Steve,
And I mean,
you know,
if
what happens.
If you can't, you know, Google CV and even just copy the general template of something like that, then you know. And
You're definitely not going to get a job for
none of
a
us
job with us.
were amazing at school, you know. None of us, are, you know. But it's just making that effort.
Yeah, definitely.
You're trying to get yourself a job.
They don't even get a phone call or a response if their CV is that bad. It's just.
And the information as well has just got to be relevant to the job at times.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's nice to know, you know, some of your hobbies and things like that as well, and your outside interests. Gives us a bit of an all-round idea of who you are and, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah.
Definitely. I think that's a good one, to be honest.
Yeah, just put your password in again.
Oh, password time.
Oh no,
Oh,
questions
look,
are gone.
Questions are gone. There you go, mate.
What route do your apprentices take?
I think for us is that they're always gone on day release for college, because Jack, our newest apprentice, he's doing an electrical apprenticeship, so he's there for 3 years on day release, and that'll be up to level 3, I think it is. Yours is level 2 for bricklaying, wasn't it? And then Kian's is the same. So
You got the option, haven't you, to do level 3, and obviously we support you in any of those decisions, really. So
yeah, I mean, we try and push. We're quite strict with the lads and stuff with the college and sorting their education out, because it is important. It's more and more important now. Yeah.
Qualifications and things. All right, it's great to have you 5 days a week.
Yeah, definitely.
Not have you missing that one day, but you know,
it's really important, isn't it? You know,
now's the time
because you'll never get it back.
All the qualifications that you want now, get it all done.
While you're young, that's definitely the way forward.
I don't think you do level 3 brickwork now.
No.
From what John was saying, no. Unless you pay for it. But he said it's not really
So it's
worth
not actually on there. Not really on there. Just cut it off.
Do they not know we're doing?
I know. Yeah, I'm doing an interview. Yeah, how rude. How rude.
What sort of hours do you work?
Only about 80 hours, is it?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say. What's that? 80 hours bare minimum per week.
We generally it's usually sort of 8 till 5, half 8 till half 5. Loosely those hours. They're always a little bit different for us, aren't they? Because you know, some of us start a little bit earlier, some of us finish a bit later, depending on family life and things like that. And yeah, I mean, sometimes we have to work a bit later just to get jobs done, and you know, for us that's just the way it is. You go work on a site, you know, you've got set hours, usually 8 till 5 or 7 till 4, but for us, we're working in people's houses, and things depend sometimes.
Sometimes you just can't leave. It's especially in my, if you just can't do it.
You just need
it's
another
impossible.
hour or so. You're not gonna come back the next day to do that.
The one thing for us
doesn't work financially, does it?
No, the one thing that we found out that if for an apprentice, if he's under the age or she is under the age of 18, they can only work 8 hours in that one day.
Yeah.
And I think, and then as soon as they're 18, we can have them.
Work them like dogs.
Work them like dogs, mate, and it definitely just, we own you then. No, but we didn't realise that, to be honest. It was actually it was when we had, obviously, Kean on board. He was 17, wasn't it, at the time? And we didn't know that, but, so we just have to follow the guidelines for that. But it's a bit annoying. Most of the lads just want to carry on working.
Most of the time it is, it's not, usually it's sort of an 8-hour work.
Yeah, it is mainly.
You take a white break and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, mate.
Do you learn more at work or at college?
Don't know. I think you can come round and answer that.
When I read it then, I was like,
yeah, come on, mate. Get in. Jump in.
Stick your head in.
Jump in. Let's see. Make sure you're on here. We want to make sure that. Come on, you take more off your ear, lot, so you can answer this one.
Well, from my experiences, you learn more at work because obviously you're doing different stuff, and it's more. You got to be more responsible for it. At college, you can keep doing it again, but if you're doing something in someone's house, then it's got to be perfect straight away.
It's more pressure, isn't it? I think on there
as well.
And I guess it's better in terms of learning problem solving.
Yeah.
I know when I was learning to be a carpenter, that was the first time I sort of felt like I was a proper carpenter. If you like, was when I didn't have to keep asking somebody else how to, work out problems and things like that. And you always encounter them in anything you do. There'll be something that goes wrong. It's about being able to fix those problems.
Do it yourself.
I think it's the way you start.
But college is important in the sense of you learning.
Just learn the basics.
A lot of the basics.
A lot of the theory side as well in
and
college.
That
you just don't get on site.
Safety,
there's a lot of health
not
and
exactly
safety.
sitting at work reading textbooks about building regulations and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that would be.
As good a read as it probably is.
Yeah, I mean it's a good nighttime read. That is, I'm sure. Reading your college books, it'd be amazing.
No, definitely learn more at work.
It's always good to know.
Yeah, I know.
So you could tell these the truth when we're off camera, yeah?
Yeah.
What's your next one, Lee? You might be in on this again.
Yeah, I know. Do you do block or day release?
Well,
I think we've already touched on that.
Yeah.
All day release.
It's all day release, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess it depends on the college a bit, doesn't it?
I suppose so, yeah. Cause
I always think day release is better. Block release, you're gone for.
I know the agricultural lads, they do block release. That is, they're gone for. I think it's a month on, month off. I think the agricultural lads. I think.
I always prefer the block release. The day release.
I did day release. When I did mine, I think it was loads better.
You got a different variant then.
Yeah, I preferred that, but one of my mates did. He did agricultural, and he did.
What are you supposed to do? Really? Go for it.
Well,
month or so.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it. To be honest, I don't know how his boss
you need
coped
help,
with it.
Don't you? You either need someone or you don't.
Yeah, he did fishery studies. It was drifting off anyway. Whatever.
Trout and salmon.
Yeah, trout and salmon. Yeah, chuck some food in, and are they still there? Yeah, they're fine. That's gist of it.
What skills do you look for in an apprentice?
Me personally, a lot of personality is and hard working. I think that's the two.
You want the commitment. Get stuck in. The thing I like for us is we don't really like to be, on at people all the time, badgering them to, do this, do that, do. I like people to use their heads a little bit, and you know what I mean. And that needs doing. That needs tidying up. I don't want to keep telling somebody to.
Use your initiative.
Right, sweep that up. Right, if you're standing around, just
Yeah, God, I think
go and do this, go and do that.
That's probably
just
the best bits of advice, isn't it? It's just if you've got nothing to do, tidy.
Just sweep up. Just
tidy.
Do something, or ask. Say, look, I haven't got anything to do. Do you want me to move all these bricks? Do you want me to do?
Your day will drag. If you're just standing there, it just drags.
It's taking it, the bull by the horns in that sense, and
Definitely.
You know what I mean. And a good thing as well is common sense as well. The amount of times you need somebody just to,
a bit of commitment to the company as well, isn't it? Because especially for us, we try and you know, it is very family orientated, our company, and I think once you're inside that inner circle as such, you know, we'll do anything for anyone, and I think that's the thing. And but it's obviously it's a two-way street. So if you're not, you know, going that extra mile for us, then it starts, you know, causing a bit of friction, doesn't it? And that's not what you want. So, but yeah.
Do you prefer people to have work experience before becoming an apprentice?
I think we've already touched on that.
Yeah, I think we've sort of covered that one a little bit on there for work experience prior.
Do companies give apprentices contracts?
We always give a contract.
Yeah.
Don't we, now? Just it's more just you kind of know where you're at a little bit.
Yeah, I think the college
Just
insists on it. I
formalises.
think
Yeah.
now I think they insist on having a contract. Although I don't think our college is that worried about seeing it. But as long as they know that they've been provided one, and it's as much for like you as apprentices that you know where you stand.
Yeah, we
you
find
know.
it handy. It just answers some of the questions.
Yeah, the grey areas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's not always the apprentices that have got the questions. Quite often, it's the parents at home.
Yeah.
They've got
They
the
wanna know
questions. They
their-
want to know that their little prince or princesses is being looked after. You know, it's
Exactly.
pretty much the size of it.
They're off. They don't see them all
Yeah,
day.
exactly. Come home covered in dust and
covered in all sorts.
yeah,
And
all sorts.
I want to know what's going on.
What's that? You stink. Yeah, it's been dealing with the waste all day. Brilliant. Okay, Luke.
Do apprentices have to buy their own tools?
Yes, 100%. They should definitely have their own tools, and I insist on a new Transit straight away. Now, I mean, in fairness, they're obviously...
We know, obviously, when you start off, you're not going to have that much. We just, you know, it's nice just to see you
Investing in yourself,
accumulate
yeah.
a bit, yeah, because they are your tools then, and you know.
Another sign of commitment. And I think
we
it's
always try and help out a bit, don't we?
Yeah.
And
I mean, we invest a lot of
try
money
and
in...
buy a few tools for the lads when they've been working hard.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, or hand-me-downs, things like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think for me, one of the best bit of advice I had when I was an apprentice by my first boss, because I was under the illusion that he would provide all my tools for me, and
That sounds like you.
I know it's massively like me, and I got a very, very rude awakening because he said to me, right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and buy you this tool. And he basically got me the screwdriver. It was literally that big, and he says that's the only tool I'll be buying you. And I'll be honest with you, I've still got that particular screwdriver. I never use it. It's pretty much useless, but I've got it at home.
It's a reminder.
It is a reminder, and he said to me, to be honest, he said, look, I was obviously when I first started back in the day, the wages were very, very low compared to what obviously the lads get now, but what he was saying to me is that you want to invest in yourself, because that's essentially who you're providing for. Because while you're young, you've got no family, you know, you've got no real expenses. There's the time to be just blasting through your money and accumulating your kit. And you know, I mean, for us, we invest in tools.
We do always
massively.
We always have.
Always investing in kit.
Because you know, it helps you, it speeds you up doing the job.
Staying ahead of the game, isn't it?
It earns you money then. So
Yeah.
It's
So
silly not to.
So to answer your question, that you should be buying. I'm looking at Lewis now, thinking when he gets his new van, I want to see that rammed with kit. So he's got no excuse then when he gets his new van. It'd be absolutely rammed. I want the back doors, open it up, and they're just falling out. It's bursting. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
What is one thing you wish your apprentices knew before they started working with you?
Oof, tough question that. That's a bit deep. Whoever asked that, that's a deep one. That.
What would they yeah. I don't know really.
I don't know. How to make a good cup of tea, I'd say.
What would you like to have known before you started? What was the biggest shock?
Yeah. What were you shocked about, Lou, after you'd done your first, let's say your first month of working with us? See, Lewis did you did a engineering apprenticeship first, didn't you?
Was
it 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have
Got
been
the
rough.
apprenticeship, finished the apprenticeship, and then
Yeah.
just worked for me.
Yeah, it's not for you, was it? So, like I say, so Lewis is living proof. If you're not happy in doing your apprenticeship that you're doing, you know, you're still young. Just change it. You know, change career. It's. I mean, we were with Lewis because, like you say, when you were finishing up, I remember it now. When you were finishing up, I said, don't leave until you finish that. The job's yours. Just wait because you need that piece of paper. Although Lewis will probably never ever use that ever in his life.
But you got it.
But you got it. It's there. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So what do you wish you'd known, Lou?
Don't know.
It's a really tough question.
Yeah,
that is.
You had to buy your own tools.
Yeah, they had to buy your own tools.
I
Yeah.
had to do that.
It's a tough one, that, isn't it?
I know.
Good question. We'll have to get back to
Like I
it.
say, for us, we always try and make it fairly clear to anyone starting, you know, even when you're in your trade. For us personally, we're always doing all sorts of work. So we always make it very clear that, you know, yes, you're an electrical apprentice, but you are going to be down in the trench digging holes sometimes.
Yeah, 100%.
And, you know, you are going to be on the wheelbarrow running around at times.
But we all do
because
it.
that's what
This is the thing, isn't it?
But we all
do
muck
it.
in and we all
There's
do
no
it.
one that's too precious here, other than probably me. I'm probably the biggest diva here, and I'll say,
Oh,
"Oh, you
by
laughing
far.
for?" Yeah, and it's but at the end
No,
of
but we
the
all
day,
help
we all
each other out.
tidy
It's
up.
a team-
You know, it's
team effort.
Team effort,
and,
100%.
yeah, you get stuck in.
Team effort all the way.
But we always try and make that as clear as possible. Don't think you're just going to be playing with bits of cable or
Phone.
Just
Do you know
playing
what?
with
That's one of the
bricks all the
things, isn't
time.
it? I don't want to see anyone on their phone. On their phone all day. It's because that.
You boys are always really good.
Yeah,
to us.
we've never
We've
had the
been
same
always
thing.
fairly chilled out. You know, you got a phone call or this, that. Yeah, no problem.
But they always ask.
You've always
don't they? They
been
know that.
really respectful.
Yeah, they've always asked, "Can I take this phone call?" And
And I know they'd be looking at us going, "Oh, well, you're on your phone a fair bit," but most of the time we're on the phone because we're sorting, you know, all business customers. and
yeah,
things
I'm
like
probably on
that.
the phone the most, don't I? To be fair, because obviously then you've got Instagram and YouTube and bits and bobs going on with
Oh,
that.
God knows what you do on that phone.
Oh, who knows? But yeah, so I'm always on it. So to be
That's
honest,
why you're so far behind on all the electrics.
yes, that is exactly why I'm so far behind on everything. Yes, very touche. Is there any more, Lou?
Yeah. How many people apply for apprenticeship roles with you?
I think the last time we
Advertise. We usually
advertised
go
it-
to the college,
Yeah.
to be honest, and just say, "Hey, we're looking for this type of apprentice." And then we usually get, I would say it's probably 12 to
Yeah, I think because we're
maybe
not.
something like
I
that
don't
on
see us as a
average.
massive company, you know.
No, there's
but,
only 6 of us, isn't there?
But the accountant says that we're not. We
Everyone else tells us
keeps saying that
otherwise.
we're
The amount of
otherwise,
work
but
we keep doing,
yeah,
but
but
who knows?
yeah, I mean So if you're as an apprentice, if you're trying to then compete against others, this leads back to what Steve was answering earlier on about your punctuation and your CV, your covering letter. If they're not on point, you're already
Well, yeah,
gone.
that's it. We got 12 CVs in front of us. Bang, straight away we'll get rid of 6, 8 of those. Because we ain't got time to interview 12 different people.
No.
So your CV's a load of rubbish. Boof, you're in.
Yeah,
the bin.
you might
There's
be.
no point.
You might be the nicest person
Yeah.
in the world.
And you might be the right man for the job. But if your CV's rubbish, that's all we got to go on.
Yeah, you're
the
gone.
first thing. So
Yeah.
8 of those, bang, gone. Whittle it down to 4.
Yeah.
We might interview 4 of those.
Yeah, and
We'll
you-
give them a phone call. Again, if you don't
did
come
FaceTime
across
some
well,
last time, didn't we? Yeah, I think we
if
did
you don't
FaceTime
come
last
across
time.
that well, then again we won't even bother holding a formal interview.
Yeah.
then, but,
I know, like say, if you come to, obviously we asked you to
it's
an
fine
interview.
being shy and that
Yeah.
sort of thing, but if do you know what I mean? So yeah, and then we'll whittle it down that way, and even then, if there's nobody that really stands out, then we won't bother.
we just wait.
We are picky though.
Yeah,
so.
we are fussy. But again, because it's about we want people for long term, not short term candidates, is it? I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
so we don't mind waiting for the right person. Hey, Lou.
The next question, you just touched it a bit, but I don't know if you wanted to.
Yeah, smash the
What
question
could
out.
people do to make their CV and covering letter stand out?
Obviously, like you said, the punctuation stuff, we've all covered all that sort of stuff. I think, me personally, as a good idea, because obviously all the social media stuff now, and let's be honest, when we're interviewing someone, you're getting to the final stages, that we're looking at your Facebook stuff, we're looking at your Instagram page if you've got one, and if you're on there and you look an absolute mess and you're out just getting wasted all the time and doing this, that and the other, I'm not being funny, you are young and I get it, but we will bear that in mind. So we don't expect you to be like, you know, vicars and nuns and all that. Like, it's not expecting that.
It's a good fancy dress party, that. Vicars and nuns.
Vicars and nuns, yeah.
You might see vicars and nuns on there.
We do this a lot. We drift off on conversations, but yeah, I mean, but I think a little short video, you know, just a little bit about you, I think that'd be quite a cool thing to start doing. Not that we've ever had that, but I think that might be a little cool thing, because I mean, we're getting just on for jobs. I mean, I'm getting emails. Well, I say but we're getting emails. You know, probably on a weekly basis, people asking for jobs. You know, so it's not that so you're competing against hundreds potentially of other people, so you need to make sure that everything is on point and you want it.
Some of them are qualified as well.
Yeah. I mean, we get a lot of qualified lads. I mean, we've got enough work to take more qualified lads on, but you know, we want to focus on what we've got. You know, and you know, I believe that we've got a strong team now, and you know, but like I say, you're competing
about quality over quantity.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, and you don't want to lose control and all that sort of stuff. So that's that one.
All the questions.
And that's all the questions, is it, Lou?
That's it.
Yeah. So, like I say, hopefully that's answered some of your own questions and queries. Like I say, it's been great to actually do it. Enjoyed it. Something a bit different, actually.
Right,
yeah. So a bit different, and
took you long enough to get me out here.
I know. I've
got stuff to do.
I've got stuff to do. Oh, I know. It's took a little while. So, but like I say, I hope it's been helpful to you. If it has, like I say, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we shall catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.